Hi, Negin. I just want to say thank you so much for meeting with me today. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, about your previous job experience?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me. My experience, it has been mostly, in client services and also project manager. My last job was with American Health Marketplace, where I manage a team of overall 45 agents and three supervisors, basically selling health insurance plans to our clients, making sure everybody stays compliant. This is, a very regulated industry where everybody needs to be compliant per CMS rules, making sure everybody's licensed, improving our efficiency and sales throughout the week, making sure that we excel, making sure that we hit and exceed the sales targets of the company, by making sure that we hit the metrics and the required KPIs. And one thing that I really contributed and I improved in the company is hitting the sales targets, because by implementing different training programs that were very interactive, and having the agents, participate and give feedback, it really helped them succeed. um, you know, I had some agents that had little experience, and because of those trainings and because of the feedback and call monitoring that I provided, they were able to be more efficient, and they were able to hit the sales goals. That's one of the things that I was able to proudly accomplish at the company. Um, and also managing general administrative operations, like SOPs for different training modules, in order to be able to sell different products, making sure that we are fully compliant by monitoring calls and providing feedback to everybody. Also making sure, because a lot of agents, they work remote, and sometimes they acquire IT issues. So also making sure that if they require that, those tickets are well put, and I'm able to escalate them in a timely manner, so we can proceed with, continuity smoothly. So there's no delays or anything in the work of the agents, and we were able to manage time efficiently. So a lot of multitasking, working on different aspects between training, onboarding. During open enrollment, I was heavily involved in onboarding of different agents to meet business needs. Um, you know, have meetings with operations team, the QA team, making sure that we're all on the same page. So it was very, very customer service, very client driven, and dealing with very people oriented, which I really, really enjoyed. Um, Now, in my previous job as a project manager in Phoenix Tower, it was a telecommunications company and I worked in the mergers and acquisitions department. So pretty much in a nutshell, once we closed a transaction, my job was to integrate all the assets into the company. And that required heavy Excel work, making sure that all the data that was received was accurate. And to make sure that it was accurate, I will have to run related reports, which required to do different spreadsheets, and making sure that the data match with what was given to us in order to go fully live in our system. So heavy Excel by using VLOOKUPs, pivot tables. Pretty much my daily activity was evolved around Excel and reviewing different contracts. Um, this was an international company, so we had transactions pretty much all over Latin America and Europe as well. So once a transaction was closed, it was heavy amounts of contracts between site agreements, surveys, ground leases, um, and different transaction documents, purchase agreements, and things like that. So review all those contracts. Some of them will be in Spanish, so they will be, translated as well, because everything has to be 100% accurate in our system. So all the data is fully visible and viewable to the investors and also the CEO of the company. So yeah, my daily activities revolve around, heavy Excel, and reviewing contracts as well, and making sure that everything was done in a timely manner and within budget, because it was a very deadline driven environment. So when transactions closed, we only had a couple days, sometimes even 24, 48 hours before everything had to be uploaded and visible to the company. And I managed the projects as well. I was the liaison between all the stakeholders of the company, whether it be asset management, IT, operations, legal, um, and facilitate support to all the people that were involved in the project, and also external vendors as well. Um, just to give an example, I work with legal in order to get certain permits. I work with operations for any technical things that needed to be done with, the cell towers and things like that. With finance, when it came to budgeting, cost management. So everybody stays in the loop and nothing falls through the cracks.